Hey guys, I want to talk to you a little bit about your next lifting cycle you're going to be seeing in programming. Talked a little bit about the next WODs you're going to be seeing and how to approach those, but want to focus a little bit more on the lifting side of things and then a little bit of why behind why we're going to be doing certain things. What you're going to be seeing in the next lifting cycle for the next 6 weeks is a lot of dynamic effort lower stuff, strict upper, and then some Olympic complexes. The reasons behind some of those things so you guys have a better idea of why we're doing things. I'd love to explain the why all the time rather than just have you move. I want you to understand why we're having you move certain ways. So the why behind dynamic effort lower days. Number one, it's a safe, quick way to build lean mass. Just think of coming in here and grinding all the time, grinding through a 1 repetition, 5 repetition, whatever it might be, back squat. Overtaxes us a lot of the times and also can lead us to not being able to perform the next day. So this is a quick, safe way to build that lean mass, and then that goes into using a different type of muscle fiber. We're trying to get into more explosive strength, type 2 muscle fibers, that being over type 1, think type 1 being long, slow distance, marathon runners, stuff like that. Type 2 muscle fibers are the muscles that we're going to use for explosive, quick strength. And then those muscles also, we know, burn a little bit more calories just having those muscles in our body. And then they can convert from type 2 to type 1, but it's very hard to go from type 1 to type 2. And it does not, like I said before, overtax our central nervous system. It doesn't wreck us. So if you think grinding through a 1 repetition max deadlift kind of leaves us wrecked for maybe 2, 3, possibly 4 days after, this is going to be a much lower weight that we can still get the stimulus out of, but it's not going to wreck us for the remainder of the week. And then for those nerds who really like to get into why we do dynamic effort lower stuff, hey, strength and speed. Speed is the application of strength. If I can do something really, really fast, I know that I'm going to be really, really strong. So it works more of the back muscles. So think of the front as the show muscles. We're working the back side, and those are our strength side muscles. So strict upper, moving on. Why we're going to do strict upper? Well, number one is strength, and strength we know is injury prevention. We want to make sure our shoulders are as healthy as possible, and they need to have the musculature around the shoulder to prevent any injuries. Our shoulders are a number one most mobile joint in our body, and they need to be protected, and we protect them by building strength around them. So that's the number one reason. And then for those of us who are worried about our Olympic lifts, say that ever neglected jerk that we never seem to work on, hey, this is going to help that jerk as well. Moving on, lastly, to those Olympic complexes. Why are we going to have a barbell in our hands longer? Why can't I just do 1 snatch or 1 clean and jerk? Why am I going to do 2 deadlifts and 1 clean? Or why am I going to do a 3-position snatch? Well, number one being it improves positions and positional strength. Getting the barbell back to the proper positions, making sure the barbell hits the top of the knee, making sure the barbell doesn't come from the top of the knee just over the head position. It reinforces those positions. It forces us to get stronger in those positions so that way they can be hit every single time rather than just a fluke that barbell gets overhead and it lands in the right position every single time. So it's going to reinforce that positional strength. And then number two, and what most of us are concerned about, hey, that time under tension. Time under tension, just think calories burn. The longer my muscles have to work, the more calories those muscles are going to consume working. So just remember, hey, anytime that barbell's in our hand and we're putting a complex together, we're trying to complete a complex, you're under tension, you're burning calories. Hope this helps.